January 2026 is bringing a car apocalypse with prices slashed by 75%. We're talking $40,000 SUVs selling for $9,800. I'm about to give you the exact three-word phrase that unlocks dealer panic pricing, plus the specific 48-hour window when these fire sales happen every month. Right now, dealerships are sitting on 4.2 million unsold vehicles. That's triple the normal inventory. Interest rates just hit these dealers with $180 million in monthly floor plan costs they can't afford. But here's your control move. Target any car sitting over 120 days. That's when managers get authorization to sell at 25% below invoice. A former GM fleet manager just leaked something massive. 3 major automakers are about to announce market adjustment programs that will slash MSRP by up to 40% on 2025 models. When that announcement hits, it's going to trigger the biggest price collapse in automotive history. The question isn't whether you can get these apocalypse deals. The question is, will you use the 48-hour liquidation window strategy before the manufacturer announcements crash prices even further? Here's exactly why January 2026 is creating the biggest car price apocalypse we've ever seen. 3 massive forces just collided at the worst possible time for dealers. First, interest rates spiked to 8.2% on floor plan financing. That's the money dealers borrow to stock their lots. Every car sitting unsold is now costing them $220 per month just in interest payments. Second, the 2026 model year launch got delayed by supply chain issues. Dealers are stuck with massive inventories of 2025 models that are about to become last year's cars overnight. We're talking about a 327-day supply of vehicles in some markets. That's almost a full year of cars just sitting there. But here's the third factor that's creating total panic. Lease returns are flooding back faster than anyone predicted. Over 2.8 million lease vehicles are hitting the market simultaneously, creating the biggest used car glut since 2009. A veteran dealer in Texas told me last week, "This is the worst oversupply I've seen in 30 years. We're paying more in interest than we're making in profit." That desperation is your opportunity. Next, I'll show you the exact timing strategy that turns their panic into your discount. Here's your first weapon, the month-end massacre timing play that can instantly slash 15% to 25% off any asking price. Every dealer has monthly floor plan payments due on the 15th of each month. But here's the insider secret. They get a 10-day grace period before penalties kick in. That means from the 25th to the 31st of every month, dealers are in pure panic mode, trying to move inventory before those penalty fees hit. Here's the exact phrase that unlocks this desperation. Walk onto any lot after the 25th and ask, "What's your month-end cash price on this unit?" Those 6 words signal you understand their floor plan pressure and you're ready to buy immediately. But there's an advanced timing layer most people miss, the double dip strategy. If you're shopping in the last week of January, you're hitting both month-end panic and model year clearance desperation simultaneously. A finance manager who tracks these cycles told me, "After the 25th, we're authorized to take any reasonable offer just to stop the interest bleeding." Most customers don't realize we're more desperate than they are. Time your visits right, and you'll have dealers competing to give you their best deals. Don't just take my word for it. Let me show you exactly how this works with a real case study that happened just last month. A subscriber named Marcus found a 2025 Ford Explorer listed at $42,800 at a dealership in Dallas. The car had been sitting on the lot for 143 days, way past the danger zone for floor plan bleeding. Instead of negotiating immediately, Marcus waited until December 27th to make his move. Using the month-end massacre timing, he walked in and asked for the month-end cash price. The sales manager immediately dropped the price to $37,200, a $5,600 instant discount just from understanding their desperation timing. But Marcus wasn't done. He pointed out the 143-day inventory age and offered $34,000 cash out the door. After a 35-minute manager huddle, they accepted. That's an $8,800 total discount from the original asking price. Here's the kicker. That same Explorer would have cost $48,500 at MSRP 6 months ago. Marcus saved over $14,500 compared to what buyers were paying earlier this year, all because he understood dealer panic timing. The dealership's finance manager later told him, "We were losing $210 a month just on interest for that SUV. Your cash offer stopped the bleeding immediately." Next, I'll reveal the specific calculation that predicts exactly when dealers will slash prices. Here's your floor plan bleeding calculator, the precise formula that predicts exactly when dealers will slash prices next. Take any vehicle's invoice price and multiply by 0.68%. That's the monthly floor plan interest rate most dealers are paying. A $30,000 car costs them $204 per month just to keep on the lot. Count the days the car has been in inventory using the ship date on the window sticker. Multiply days by $6.80. That's the daily bleeding rate for an average $30,000 vehicle. When the total bleeding cost hits 8% of the vehicle's invoice price, dealers get automatic authorization to sell at invoice or below. For most cars, that's around the 120-day mark. If a car has been bleeding for 150 days, the dealer has already lost over $1,000 in pure interest costs. They'll take any offer that stops the bleeding, even if it means selling below cost. A dealer principal who tracks these metrics told me, "When customers can calculate our bleeding costs, they know exactly what we'll accept. It's like having our internal pricing sheets." Here's proof this system works with a real panic sale that happened just 2 weeks ago in Phoenix. A subscriber named Robert targeted a 2025 Honda Pilot that had been sitting on a Honda lot for 189 days. Using the floor plan bleeding calculator, he determined the dealer had already lost $1,285 in interest costs and was deep into panic territory. The sticker price was $44,900, but Robert offered $36,500 cash. After a tense 50-minute negotiation, they accepted $38,200, a total discount of $6,700 from the original asking price. Robert's total savings compared to original MSRP, $11,300. That's enough for 2 years of car payments he doesn't have to make. Let's spotlight the models getting absolutely slaughtered in this January apocalypse versus the ones you should avoid completely. The Ram 1500 has an absolutely shocking 8,122 unsold 2025 models sitting on lots nationwide. That's a 180-day supply in a segment that normally moves in 45 days. Ram dealers are so desperate, they're offering $8,000 cash back plus 0% financing just to clear inventory. You can get a Ram 1500 Bighorn for $28,000 that's stickered at $45,000. That's a $17,000 discount on a truck that was unattainable for most people just months ago. But here's the hidden opportunity. Ram's parent company, Stellantis, is bleeding cash and authorized dealers to sell below invoice if necessary. That means there's even more room to negotiate beyond the advertised discounts. Now let's talk about the dangerous trap, the Nissan Altima. Dealers have over 100,000 unsold 2025 models because they're practically giving them away at $16,000. That sounds amazing until you understand the hidden time bomb. Nissan's CVT transmission fails catastrophically around 80,000 miles, and replacement costs $4,200. Dealers know this, which is why they're dumping Altimas at massive losses. They'd rather take a $3,000 hit now than deal with warranty claims later. You're not getting a deal. You're buying someone else's future problem. Compare that to the Toyota Camry Hybrid. Yes, they cost $4,000 more at $20,000, but that hybrid powertrain is bulletproof for 300,000 plus miles. Here's the math that matters. An Altima at $16,000 plus a $4,200 transmission replacement equals $20,200 total cost. A Camry Hybrid at $20,000 with 0 major repairs equals $20,000 total cost. A transmission specialist who sees these failures daily told me, every Altima is a ticking time bomb. Every Camry Hybrid is a 20-year investment. The luxury car apocalypse is even more extreme. BMW 7 Series has a catastrophic 517-day supply. You can buy a loaded BMW 7 Series for $45,000 that's stickered at $95,000. That's a $50,000 discount on a car that was unattainable for most people just months ago. But there's a catch. Luxury car maintenance costs don't drop with the purchase price. That BMW will still cost $3,000 annually in maintenance, while a Camry costs $800. A luxury car appraiser told me January 2026 is creating once-in-a-lifetime opportunities to own dream cars, but only if you can afford the ongoing costs. The purchase price is just the entry fee. Here's your lot rot inspection protocol. The systematic check that reveals which aged vehicles are still solid, buys versus money pit disasters. First, cars sitting over 120 days often have battery degradation. Ask to see a digital voltmeter reading. Anything below 12.4 volts means you're looking at a $200 battery replacement immediately. Second, walk around and look for flat spots where tires have been sitting in the same position for months. These create vibration issues that can cost $800 plus in tire replacement and alignment work. Third, pop the hood and check oil, coolant, and brake fluid levels. Cars sitting for months can develop leaks or evaporation issues that signal bigger problems. Fourth, sit inside and smell for musty odors. Aged inventory often develops moisture intrusion that leads to electrical gremlins and mold issues. Here's the power move. If you find any lot rot issues, use them as negotiation leverage. A simple, "I noticed the battery voltage is low. What's your adjustment for that?" can knock another $500 off the price. A technician who specializes in aged inventory told me, "Most lot rot problems are fixable for under $300. But dealers will discount $1,000 plus to avoid dealing with them." Here are your 3 January Advantage plays that separate smart buyers from suckers who miss the apocalypse deals. Play 1. Always bring a cashier's check for your maximum budget when you visit lots after January 25th. When dealers see real money, they'll bypass normal approval processes and give you manager-level pricing immediately. This cuts through financing games and gets you bottom-line numbers. Play 2. Before you even test drive, ask to see their aged inventory report. Most dealers track this internally, but won't show customers unless asked. This reveals which cars are bleeding the most floor plan interest and ready for maximum discounts. Play 3. Use model year transition leverage. Deploy this exact phrase. "I know 2027s are launching next month. What's your best price to clear this 2025 today?" This acknowledges their model year pressure and positions you as someone who understands their timeline urgency. Deploy these 3 plays in sequence, and you'll automatically trigger dealer desperation mode. They'll compete to give you deals instead of you begging for discounts. A sales trainer who coaches dealer teams told me, "January buyers who use these 3 strategies get pricing that we normally reserve for employee purchases. They're solving our problems, so we solve theirs." But there's something even bigger happening that most people are completely missing. Here's the financial breakdown that explains why this January apocalypse is so devastating and why the deals are only getting more extreme. The automotive industry is currently carrying $47 billion in floor plan debt. That's the money dealers borrow to stock their lots. With interest rates jumping from 3.2% to 8.2% in just 18 months, dealers are now paying an extra $2.35 billion annually just in interest costs. But here's where it gets catastrophic. The average car now sits on lots for 127 days instead of the normal 60 days. That means dealers are paying double the interest they budgeted for on every single vehicle. We're talking about $380 per month per car in pure bleeding costs. A regional dealer group CFO leaked this to me. "We're spending more on floor plan interest than we're making in gross profit. Every month we delay selling is money straight out of our pockets." But the real crisis is the cascade effect. When one dealer starts panic selling at massive discounts, it forces neighboring dealers to match those prices or lose all their customers. This creates a race to the bottom that benefits only one group: cash buyers who understand the timing. The Federal Reserve's latest dealer survey shows 73% of dealerships are now operating at negative monthly cash flow. That desperation is your opportunity. Here's your cascade timing strategy, the advanced technique that predicts exactly when the next wave of price drops will hit your local market. Track the big 3 dealer groups in your area, the largest volume dealers who set pricing trends. When they start slashing prices, smaller dealers follow within 72 hours to stay competitive. This creates a predictable cascade effect you can time perfectly. Monitor manufacturer incentive announcements. These typically drop on the first Tuesday of each month. But here's the insider secret. Dealers get advance notice 5 to 7 days early. Watch for sudden inventory movement in the week before official announcements. Use the weekend warrior timing advantage. Most price drops happen Friday afternoons when managers want to clear aged inventory before the weekend. But the best deals happen Sunday evenings when they're desperate to hit weekly numbers. Call dealers at 4 p.m. on Sundays and ask, what's your best cash price to move this unit today? Sunday desperation combined with end-of-week pressure creates maximum negotiation leverage. A sales manager who tracks these patterns told me, Sunday evening buyers get pricing that we normally reserve for dealer trades. They're hitting us at our most vulnerable moment. Let's spotlight one more comparison that reveals the smartest play in this entire apocalypse. The Jeep Grand Cherokee versus the Hyundai Palisade. The Jeep Grand Cherokee has a 241-day supply sitting on lots. Dealers are offering $6,500 cash, back plus 0% financing. You can get a Grand Cherokee for $33,000 that's stickered at $48,000. But here's the concern. Jeep's reliability ratings have dropped significantly, and their warranty coverage is getting stricter on certain repairs. The Hyundai Palisade has a 118-day supply, still elevated but not catastrophic. Hyundai overproduced thinking the 3-row SUV boom would continue, but inventory is finally catching up. You can get a Palisade for $36,000 that's stickered at $46,000. That's a $10,000 discount on what Consumer Reports calls the best 3-row SUV for reliability. Here's the insider math. The Grand Cherokee saves you $3,000 up front, but costs an average of $2,400 more in repairs over 5 years. The Palisade costs more initially, but includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty that actually covers things. A mechanic who specializes in SUVs told me, the Palisade is the smart money play. It'll still be running strong when the Grand Cherokee is nickel and diming you to death. Here are your final 3 apocalypse moves that separate winners from losers in this January chaos. Move 1, cash verification first. Before you even visit a lot, get pre-approved for financing and bring a cashier's check for your maximum budget. This dual approach gives you negotiation flexibility while proving you're a serious buyer who can close immediately. Move 2, inventory age leverage. Always ask to see the vehicle's first available date in their system. Any car over 150 days old gives you automatic leverage to demand invoice pricing or below. Use this exact phrase, I see this has been available since date. What's your aged inventory price? Move 3, January urgency close. Deploy this closing line. I know you need to clear 2025s before 2027s arrive. What's your absolute best price to close today? This acknowledges their model year pressure and positions you as the solution to their problem. Execute these 3 moves in sequence, and you'll trigger maximum dealer desperation. They'll compete to give you deals instead of you begging for discounts. A dealer consultant who trains sales teams told me, January buyers who use these 3 strategies get employee pricing without being employees. They understand our pressure points better than most of our own salespeople. Here's the market mechanic that's creating the most devastating part of this January apocalypse. The model year transition tsunami that's about to make current deals look like warm-ups. Every February, automakers launch their 2027 model year vehicles. But here's what's different this time. Manufacturers are offering dealers 2% additional holdback incentives to clear 2025 inventory completely before the new models arrive. That's an extra $500 to $800 per vehicle that dealers can use for discounts. But there's a hidden deadline creating panic. Any 2025 model still on lots after January 31st gets reclassified as prior model year inventory, which destroys its book value by an additional 15% overnight. Dealers know this. which is why January is becoming a liquidation bloodbath. The numbers are staggering. There are currently 4.2 million 2025 model year vehicles still unsold nationwide. If even half of these get reclassified, we're looking at a $12 billion write-down across the entire industry. A manufacturer incentive manager leaked this to me. We've never seen inventory levels this high going into model year transition. Dealers are authorized to take massive losses just to avoid the reclassification penalty. This creates a perfect storm where dealers are competing to lose the least money, not make the most profit. That desperation translates directly into unprecedented discounts for smart buyers who understand the timeline. Here's the final truth about this January apocalypse. Right now, the automotive industry is carrying 127 days of inventory, more than double the healthy 60-day supply. But it's not distributed evenly. Luxury brands like BMW and Mercedes have 200-plus day supplies, while economy brands like Toyota and Honda are closer to normal levels. You can buy a $90,000 BMW X7 for $52,000 or pay full price for a $28,000 Toyota RAV4. The choice reveals whether you want maximum discount or maximum reliability. But here's the shocking prediction from industry analysts. This purge will eliminate 15% to 20% of all dealerships nationwide. Smaller dealers can't survive the floor plan bleeding and will be forced to liquidate their entire inventory at massive losses. A dealership broker who handles distressed sales told me, "We're seeing entire dealer lots being sold at 40 cents on the dollar. This isn't just a price correction, it's a complete industry restructuring. The survivors will be cash buyers who understand timing and dealers who can weather the storm. Everyone else gets swept away by the tsunami. This is your moment to profit from the chaos." What car are you targeting with these strategies? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'll tell you if it's a gold mine or a trap. If you found this useful, hit that subscribe button. I'll be tracking these dealer panic strategies all month long and showing you which deals are real and which ones are traps.